This is the Fantasy Football Dudes podcast.
What is up, my dudes? This is Trent. I am joined by Phil, Jordan, and producer Seth behind the cameras, as always. And actually, we got a cam on producer Seth for this pod. So go ahead and check us out at tffdudes on YouTube. On today's episode, we are going to go over all the free agency losers. But before we get into our free agency losers, let me kick it over to the dudes and see how their weekends were. Phil, how's your weekend doing? We still on baby watch over here?
Still on baby watch. I'm going to say, I'm going to use a term that Seth uses, I feel like, pretty regularly. I'm down bad right now, Seth. So no baby. I thought I was going to be a world champ. My daughter has doing, at Awana, they have boxcar races. So you carve your own car. You like put weights in it. It's like a big derby, right? It's like a box.
I still have mine.
You still have yours.
Were you a world champ?
I did get first place one year, yes.
Yeah, so I thought I was going to come back here being a world champ. And actually, Daniel, who came on the podcast a couple of weeks ago, he was also another dad who was involved in this. A couple other people that we know because it's a community thing.
Hold on, didn't the person who actually won is like an actual race car driver, right?
No, maybe he won for a different one, but he didn't win the.
Oh, okay.
He didn't win
It's
this
age
one, yeah.
group, right?
Yeah, it's
different age groups.
Yeah,
okay.
so I thought I was going to be like, last year I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't read the instructions right. Our car
That surprises no one.
It surprises no one. This year I'm like, all right, I'm committed to this. You can put weights in these cars. So I put fishing weights in the car. Like
It can only be weighed so much.
Yeah, it can be 5 ounces. So you try and get more weight on it so it comes down the ramp a little bit quicker. I thought I think we got like the highest that we got on any of our heats was second. I was so mad. And I was just like, I could just see my daughter.
So did you
was
get
deflated.
second overall?
No, we got third multiple times, and then it was 4 heats, third 3 times, and then second 1 time.
So you got third overall?
No, because there was probably, I don't know how they did it. I just know first place because the first place person got first in every single heat, and then I don't know what they did in the other ones. But there was the same 4 people weren't in the placings.
Are these ones made out of wood or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're ones made out of wood.
Was your car like painted green with like dudes logos all over it?
Dang it! I should have done that. No,
Thank the Lord it wasn't. I only want winners. So
no, this one was
next year I'm going to find everyone who won this year, and I'm just be like, hey, I'll sponsor your car.
My daughter wanted to do Lightning McQueen.
Okay.
So she did Lightning McQueen. I actually thought she did a pretty good job. I gotta find that. And then still waiting on that. No baby. Didn't get first place. I thought I was going to come back world champ, carrying the strap over my shoulder. The championship belt did not happen. And you know what they should have had? They should have had a trophy smack. They need to get trophy smack for that derby. That would actually be pretty sweet. Nice little belt there. Anyhow, we did not win. I was a little bit disappointed in that. What I will say, and Jordan's probably going to be even more upset, is I'm still not watching college basketball. I did watch the University of Texas hit a walk-off dinger against Texas Tech today, which was pretty awesome. The
University of Texas did not win in their basketball game today.
Oh, really?
No, they were up 13 in the second half and lost.
Yeah.
To the U.
That almost happened to the baseball team. They were up 8-2, and they came back 8-8, and then that guy hit that dinger to win the game. It was crazy. Wild. I was going nuts. I was watching it with my brother. Anyhow, that's pretty much all I've done this weekend. Just kind of hung out.
Jordan, just, basketball bender.
Yeah, a lot of basketball. I coached basketball this weekend, and then, watched the games, man. Final Four is crazy. We got San Diego State, Florida Atlantic, Miami, and who am I?
San Diego State. You just say San Diego State?
And Florida Atlantic, San Diego State, UConn, and Miami.
Yeah,
So,
wild Final Four.
Yeah, that's crazy.
4, 5, 5, and 9.
Who's 9?
Florida Atlantic.
Yeah.
So, this weekend, Seth had a little garage sale at his house. Our wives did a garage sale.
Got rid of a bunch of junk.
Yeah, basically, I just babysat my daughters till 1 o'clock, and actually, Seth did. He made his yard look really nice, and everything was like you had weeded a flower bed. I think. Do you have a yard man, or was that you?
No, that was me.
And all the little kids were throwing all the leaves out of the
Hopefully
the wheelbarrow.
Hopefully they didn't rip out my strawberries.
Yeah, that I
just planted.
Me and Coleman just kind of watched.
That would make me mad.
Me
if
and
they
Coleman
ripped out
just
my
kind of watched
strawberries.
for a while, and they were all just throwing all the green waste out of the wheelbarrow. But I did end up putting it in the alley, so they couldn't do any more.
Oh, thank you.
So, yeah,
I appreciate
We let
that.
him go mad for about 5 minutes, and we're like, but here's the deal: Seth has a garage sale. We have to go, and then he leaves. He just I don't know what he was doing.
So I had a baseball game for a tournament on Saturday, and I told my wife this, and we just happened to both forget. And until the day before, I was like, "Hey, I got a game. I got to go at 10." And she's like, "Are you serious?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
And now he has no strawberries. So,
So you're on crowd control.
I was on crowd control. There was a lot of donuts. It was wild. It was mayhem back
Yeah,
there.
I came in the backyard when I got back, and there was donut all over my daughter's jacket. And I thought the worst for a second. It was a chocolate donut. I was scared because I know all the guys are the only ones watching the kids right now because all the girls were selling all their junk. And I was like, if the guys are watching the kids, chances are this could not be chocolate, because the guys are they're not paying attention,
So how did you taste it to see?
No, but
smell test.
my nephew came up and he said, I gave her a chocolate donut. And I was like, okay, thanks.
Yeah.
I have a question.
I got scared though.
These yard sales, is this something that you guys would just throw in the dumpster and the wives are all, no, let's sell it?
Mine was all dumpster stuff. Like, I don't need to do
That
a
you've
yard
been
sale.
perfectly fine just throwing,
I
throwing
just,
the trash.
whatever was left
or
over, I donated.
Or taking donations. You
Yeah.
guys have been perfectly fine.
Like no one wanted to buy my old washer machine for $20, and so I just put free, and then someone took it.
It's amazing what's the $20. Free is so
And
much
there's
It
nicer.
Crazy,
works.
yeah.
They're like, does it work? And I'm like, yes. They're like, $10. I'm like, just give me $20.
Well, if you look around,
Wait, and then they walked away?
Yeah.
And is it a nice washing machine?
Yeah, the only problem is that if you just have to get a new, you just have to splice the wire and fix the plug. The plug was a little messed up.
Oh, that's not that big
That's
of a
super
deal.
easy though.
Yeah.
It
so
takes
Phil has a
5
new
minutes.
washing machine. No, if you look around in here, it's a little more organized. We got rid of some stuff. It's kind of helping. So other than my workbench over there with all my pod,
No, but the
trinkets-
girls made a lot of money from what I've heard. So
Is that pile of cash behind us? Is that from the yard sale?
That is some fantasy football prize money I need to give away.
So do you get to see any of that money if your wife puts on the yard sale? Do you get to see any of that money, or is that money that
No, none of it was my stuff.
I don't know what we're gonna put it towards. I don't know what she wants to spend it on.
Yeah, my wife sold a bunch of microphones and stuff like that. And I'm like, hey, so I had to go I had to go get them back. No, but anyways,
you're knocking on doors?
anyways, I think that kind of, if there's anything else you guys want to add to our weekend recap, but Phil, you want to give us a quick trophy smack, promo here before we get into the biggest off-season losers here?
Yeah, so you've probably heard about our new sponsor, Trophy Smack, and you may have even seen them on Shark Tank. But wherever you've heard of them, whether it be from us, Shark Tank, another friend, they are the go-to place for all things trophies, belts, rings, draft boards, even loser awards. We talked about it last week. So for 15% off, go to trophysmack.com/dudes. Take your fantasy football league to the next level. This place is pretty sweet. I think we're going to be getting some swag from them here in a couple weeks here, Trent. Maybe even integrating it into our drafts.
Yeah, they have a lot of stuff. Like if you look on the YouTube video, they got a unicorn that has a rainbow coming out of its tail. It's pretty cool. I don't know if that's a last place trophy or first place trophy. They got some toilet seat, necklaces, everything, all kinds of trophies. But you can customize a belt. You can customize a trophy. There's a lot of, sky's the limit. Just go to trophysmack.com/dudes. Is it / I never know what it is. I just always say slash.
Yeah,
It's //
Yeah.
/
That unicorn sitch kind of reminds me of that tattoo you have on your lower back.
Right next to the squirrel reaching up.
And then and even below that, right below that it says beast mode.
No, here's the deal. I don't have any tattoos, but you put a bumper sticker on a Ferrari, Phil. You know what I mean? That's why I'm tat free. But anyways,
Man.
Anyways, no. So I don't know where to go with that. Right next to the brass knuckles. So you guys want to jump into some off-season winners and losers here? I don't know. It's been a slow week. There's been stuff. There hasn't been anything like.
We're in the dog days for
in the
NFL.
dog days, so
We do
have a draft coming up this week though, so that is good.
You know what we do have Yeah, I don't know. Is it my underdog promo right now? Trent?
Wait. Go do like the second after we do 2 off-season losers.
But let me say, you don't want to break down. We've talked about Aaron Rodgers probably way too much already. But you had a tweet that like a lot of people engaged with. I felt like, and you were kind of getting the business in some of it.
I was getting the business.
Do you want to defend yourself or any of your point of view?
I don't think anybody giving me the business listens to the pod.
Yeah,
it's a fair point,
because they would realize how smart you actually are.
We had just under 1,000 likes on that though, so it had over 100,000 different impressions.
It's actually crazy how many people view things and don't interact with it at all. Like 100,000 impressions for 100 likes is actually kind of crazy.
Yeah. So 1,000, just under 1,000 likes, had like I think like 50 retweets or something, but it went pretty crazy. But it was I know that Aaron Rodgers never said that, but it's kind of like hypothetically, he kind of had, that's
that's
what
he
the media said, right?
It's what what was insinuated, and also what actually is happening, if that makes sense.
Yeah, basically. So what I said, to put it in a nutshell, I said, man, that was from Saturday, Phil. You're putting me on the spot here. I said, Aaron Rodgers, they don't give me enough weapons in Green Bay. Also, Aaron Rodgers, give me the exact same weapons I had in Green Bay. So, 950 likes on that, 75 retweets.
People are interacting with that. I felt like you got, on Twitter, you got called a variety of different names, which I didn't agree with. I may have said behind your back once or twice, but I didn't agree with them online.
I feel like a lot of those were Phil's burners. But if you want to get on the Twitter fun, go to @tffdudes on Twitter and Instagram. See all of our latest stuff there. It's a good place to look. And also, check out Dad Moods. He got a new one coming out this week also.
The best part is Ayahuasca Al. Except not really at all. This is a lazy narrative. Well, yeah, your name's Ayahuasca Al. Like, come on. What are you doing?
I will say most people didn't have pictures that were mad at me, So like
how many of these people who like hated on us came out of their darkness retreat before typing all that?
It's true.
I hope it was the majority.
Yeah. So I have exactly. Like there was a lot of burners on there, but that's okay. That's Twitter, and I'm all about the interactions, all about the tweets. Catch me on the Bluebird. It's a lot of fun there. Like I said,
do you have your own personal account now?
I have my own personal
account.
That's
something we should probably mention.
We should probably bring that up.
I think Trent just made that out of spite for what was said.
That's exactly what he did. Yeah.
The best part is now Trent has to keep going. He has to make sure what account he's on. What's the odds that Trent tweets from the wrong account here pretty soon?
Oh, yes.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Honestly, though, my fantasy, the dudes account I run, I basically treat it like a personal account. If I'm being totally honest.
I know you do. That's why I said to make your own personal account.
Yeah.
I think you can do a little bit of both on each.
So fantasy_Trent, give me a follow, and I will give you the old follow back, team follow back over here. So go check that out.
Fantasy Friend would have been a great name for
Fantasy Friend, yeah. That's got to be taken. I don't know if it's fantasy football related.
Wow.
And I don't even want to search for it, So Fantasy Friend. Actually, it's going to Seth's profile. That's weird.
There's a redirect.
Content block.
It's one of those. Never mind. I'm not going to get into this anymore. We had some fan mail actually, though. If you guys want to give us some fan mail, go ahead and give us an email at tffdudes@gmail.com. You want to read that for us, Phil? You got that for us?
Yeah. Give me 1 second here.
We're all about the fan mail, guys. Send us fan mail.
Send us fan mail.
This was directed at one of the dudes.
This was directed at one of the dudes, and we're trying to figure out who sent it because. And Phil has a variety of different assumptions
that we can't talk about on the pod.
Yeah, so this is from, and I hope they don't mind me saying their name. This is from Taylor.
Wait. If you send us an email, we will say your name.
Yeah, period. This is from Taylor Baker, and Taylor is spelled Taylar.
Okay, now there's
LAR. Interesting.
Yeah, no, that's the. I think that's the I think most guys spell their name Taylor with an O, and most girls spell their name Taylor.
Phil is getting his narrative across right now.
Oh, that may.
But wait up. This could just be Taylor. That's a baker. Taylor Baker.
Taylor the baker.
Potentially.
Okay.
Chef Tay.
So do you get what I'm saying?
We will refer to this person as Tay Tay.
Tay Tay, yeah.
Sorry, Tay Tay.
The real TB.
Yeah, the real TB. Please stand up. Anyhow, So this was directed at someone specifically, and I'll read it with some context. Excuse me, or like I'll try to give it some
Flair.
like some feeling. Hey, what up, dudes? I have a question for Jordan. You never give my Browns any love on the podcast! Exclamation point. I'll read that again. You never give my Browns any love on the podcast. I'd like to hear. I'd like to hear more about their free agency moves as well as cap space update. THX, thanks. Smiley face. XOXO. There's no XO. There's no XO.
All I gotta say is, why would we talk about the Browns?
Well,
I mean, we talked about a lot
So
with Deshaun
hold on.
Watson.
Do you know who this is?
I don't know who this is, Phil.
You have no idea.
No idea.
Okay, that's it. Okay. Anyhow, and I don't know if did you respond?
I did not respond because I said we were going to respond on the show.
So hopefully Jordan did some research on the Browns. Jadeveon Clowney, I think, didn't re-sign. I think that's probably about anything that's gone on in the Browns recently.
I know they trade for Elijah Moore, which
Elijah
could be
Moore.
interesting.
That was this week.
That's an interesting move.
Kareem Hunt's still there. We talked about. Actually, we did. This person
Yeah, we
obviously
talked about
does
Kareem.
not listen to the pod.
Exactly.
Yeah. So do you want to respond?
Well, I mean, I'm looking at their cap space. They got $9 million in cap space. I think they used a lot of, they paid Deshaun Watson like a
lot of
crazy amount of money. They got Myles Garrett has like a $30 million cap number. Amari Cooper has like a $23 million cap number. And Deshaun Watson has a $20 million cap number. So they're pretty I think they're pretty locked in long term with their three guys.
I like the Elijah Moore. If Deshaun Watson can learn how to throw the football again and play good
I just
football,
think Deshaun Watson sucks. I don't think he's any good at football anymore.
Taylor may not like hearing you say that, just for what it's worth.
Well, it's the truth. I don't know what to say.
So how would you respond to this? Let's hear, what would your response be? Just put together a quick text response to this.
new phone, who's this?
No, I don't know. The Browns, what is there to say? They're
I
the
was
Browns.
hoping for a, hey, Taylor.
Yo,
Yeah,
Tay.
I know what you're hoping for.
Hey,
My
Taylor.
Tinder is.
Alrighty.
We don't know who this is.
Alrighty. Okay. Well,
Shoot your shot.
Oh, man.
anyways, let's get into some off-season talk.
No, hold on. Trent is the king of moving on way too quick. And
yeah.
is there anything else you'd like to add?
Whoa.
The Browns, they got weapons with Amari Cooper. And
I'm so glad he has a camera on him
yeah,
now.
it's the worst. It's good, but it's bad. I don't know.
Okay, what are you saying?
No, I don't like the Browns. I think they're kind of in the tough spot just because they've used so much money on their Amari Cooper, Chubb. I think Deshaun Watson kind of. It's the Russell Wilson thing. Same thing. When you pay a bunch of money to a quarterback that's no good, you're kind of stuck.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. Just in closing, would you be okay? So, this is the first time anyone has sent a message to one dude specifically.
That is true.
That's to one dude specifically. First time. Most
Send it to Phil next time, please.
No, don't send it to me. Are you willing to share your personal Gmail account?
No, we're not.
No. And when you share your credit card number, I'll share my personal Gmail account.
Share your personal Gmail. Share. Share. Yeah. I'm sort of a idiot at times.
you are.
Anyways,
I'm just glad you acknowledge that, though.
and it's on the internet forever, so that's not a good look. All right, if you don't want to hear about the Seahawks, Phil and Seth are going to talk about Bobby Wagner for the next 20 minutes.
Fast forward,
fast
skip
forward.
about 5 minutes.
I think it's more of just it's a 1 year deal, $7 million, right, Seth?
I think it's just let's see how this works out. I think he actually does improve the defense for what it's worth. I think, correct me if I'm wrong here, but he actually had a pretty good season with the Rams.
Yeah, no, he had a good year.
He kind of was he close to being an all-pro selection or no? Or am I mistaken?
He
pretty
might
bad?
have had a good year on the Rams because their offense was so terrible.
That's what
He
I'm
was on
thi-
the field all the time.
He was on the field all the time, and their defense was pretty bad too, for what it's worth.
Yeah, it was
But
bad.
I think he actually improves the Seahawks defense. I think we kind of had a mistake of letting him go.
Yep.
But I think we do get him cheaper than what we wanted those last to keep him for before he
That
left.
makes sense.
So
Yeah, it makes sense.
that's short and sweet version of it because it doesn't really matter. Nostalgia wise, that's great.
Nostalgia wise, yeah. And I think he'll be pretty great to have on the field just as a captain, being able
experience,
to experience leadership. He's 2 Super Bowls underneath his belt. I think a lot of guys will look up to him. A lot of guys already did. It's like he's just coming back home. It's gonna be a good look for the Hawks. Did anyone take his number? I'm trying to remember.
I'm not sure.
He definitely gets it back though, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. There's no doubt.
Bobby Swags.
He's a captain right back. Anyways,
Oh, did they say that?
I would think
I am
so.
really close to just punching myself in the face. With
That
my
was only
fist.
30
Do us
seconds.
all a
So
favor and
punch
do
yourself
it.
in the face and Trent's words. Let's move on.
Yeah. I'll pay
really-
money to see
I
that.
honestly, I tuned them out for about a whole 2 minutes, and I was not paying attention at all.
You get one fan
It
email.
was
and
about
you think
30
you're king.
seconds.
I tuned you out again. I don't know what you just said.
All right, I'm pulling up Jordan's email here.
Jordan, give him this Gmail. Jordan gets one fan email directed at him, and all of a sudden he's freaking Garth Brooks. All right, let's move
I don't know
on.
what that. I don't get the reference.
I would love to have a Garth Brooks song draft. That'd be a good idea.
Or
Actually,
just
yes.
a country song draft. That's a good
in
one.
honor of baseball, we are having a baseball hat draft coming up. It'll be coming out in 2 weeks, not this week. So Seth's got a Marlins hat on. Fun fact about the Marlins, I was on a Little League championship team in 2001 that won it all. And we were the Marlins. So
Went on a
Is
run.
that
Fun
like
fact.
T-ball?
No, Little League minors. Minors,
minors.
so not T-ball. Didn't play T-ball.
Were you
He
10?
had to use the
That's
T,
10,
but everyone
that's,
else-
were you 9 or 10?
Like when you go bowling and some people have to use the ramp. Trent had to use the T. Everyone else did not use a T.
Is that true, Trent?
No, it's not true.
Trent actually just closed his eyes every time.
Jordan, give us this Underdog promo here, please.
This week's Offseason Losers is brought to you by Underdog. UnderdogSports.com is the easiest way to play fantasy sports. Draft your team and forget it. No setting lineups or trades. It is the dude's favorite place to play best ball and all kinds of DFS games. Enter dudes and they will match you up to $100. And this week we got opening day of baseball.
Opening day.
So I mean, you got 4 more days to get your best ball drafts in for the baseball. I may throw a couple in this week. I don't know. I might do that.
A
So-
best ball draft, yeah, that would be fun. Yeah, best ball
so
draft. Yeah.
for baseball, they got the pick'ems for baseball coming up. So I know Phil's gonna hit us with all the. Phil's gonna hit us with.
It's not on camera, so keep moving.
Oh, you got to tell us that you're not on camera. Seth's over here flossing his teeth, and I'm trying to hold it together.
I have food in my teeth. Anyways, just act like I'm not doing anything.
Seth will give us the baseball winners on Underdog. So enter dudes, match you up to $100, and get those baseball
I'm actually
baseball
excited
picks in.
about that.
I've been doing really good on the rivals on Underdog, where it's like they match players up against each other and pick the one that's winning. I
And
had
you do like a spread, right?
Yeah,
Like
I had
it's-
a really good week on Underdog with just some little tiny bets. We'll call them Phill plays, and I made some decent cash. I made like $24, so not all in a good day's work. But I'm looking forward to some rivals in baseball. Maybe I'm guessing they'll go starting pitcher versus starting pitcher, and whoever does better.
You do like strikeouts, maybe like the
I actually think baseball could be easier for that. for rivals.
And you could even do they might do like batters and they might
They could
go
do
like
hitters
they
versus
might go like
hitters,
Mike
too.
Trout versus Shawnee Otani, batting.
Whoa! What did you just say?
He just butchered his
Shawnee,
name.
how do you say his name?
Shohei.
It's actually like really easy to pronounce.
Shawnee Otani.
Okay.
Anyways,
You're not even
Punch
trying.
yourself in the face.
but no, the Rivals is really fun. You guys need to check that out. So
Why
go over
did
to
you even
Underdogs,
say that?
dudes. I don't watch that much baseball.
No, when you said I'm gonna punch myself in the face.
That's how bad it was. And
Okay.
I'm sure a lot of our listeners were thinking the same thing. They
Yeah.
probably threw their phone out the window.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna go after it a little bit more too. We're just talking about the Seahawks. They met with
All right.
No.
Other offseason losers.
is everyone in this room right now?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So hey, let's jump into these off-season losers. We got some divas coming up, so stick around for that. And then, as I said, we got another draft coming up this week after our week hiatus. But we got a zoo draft coming. You won't want to miss that one. That's a really fun one. Biggest off-season losers. Alvin Kamara. Would you agree with that? You think he's an
Yeah, I mean,
let's put aside everything that's happening, off the field, from his
I
Pro
think they're
Bowl.
correlated for the most part.
You're right. But let's just look at this. The Saints used Taysom Hill in the goal line, you know what I'm saying, in the red zone.
Yep.
And now you have Jamal Williams there also. So it's just another, guy that's going to take touchdowns away. If he's playing, he's still good in half point PPR and PPR leagues. But You're going to lose some touchdowns
But I also think they signed Jamal Williams
because they don't think they're going to have him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at some stuff. He says, I mean, well, they pleaded not guilty to battery charges. So we'll see what happens here. But I would imagine after that video came out that he's going to be suspended a good amount of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Regardless of his criminal investigation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he's going to violate the personal conduct, the personal conduct policy, no matter what. So,
Yeah. And we can go across just the whole NFC, go to another NFC from Jamal Williams. I think DeAndre Swift's kind of a loser in this whole deal also. Even if Jamal...
I don't know in real life if he's a loser. I think in fantasy he's a loser, though.
Yes. Because last year with Jamal Williams, they didn't use him in the goal line situations, red zone situations. Really, it's just going to be a hot hand backfield is what I think. I don't think
they want DeAndre Swift to have that big of a look. I think they want him at like 50% snaps.
Yeah. Yeah.
They want to keep him healthy. They want to keep him fresh.
And it's just like I've said it a lot. Just with the more games the NFL adds, the more important it is to have a good stable of running backs. I think we're going to see more teams, crowding their backfields,
which is going to make fantasy football even way more difficult. The running back position.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, you're going to be able to take all these long shots on guys, and you might have
it just devalues the whole position
as a whole. Absolutely, there's going to be even less and less bell cows,
especially for full point PPR.
Mm-hmm. Is there any other guys you kind of are thinking of? There's the list there. I don't know if there's other guys that you want to say that you guys are kind of thinking of that I don't have on there.
Are you talking still
I'm just
NFC?
kind of curious so Hunter Renfrow would be because
they brought what's his name over from the Patriots.
Nelson Aguilar? No.
Myers.
They brought Jacoby Myers over there. One of why can't I think of their coach's name right now? I should know his name. McDaniels. It's just another Patriots guy, and it's got to be a Devontae Adams hurts him too. I think that hurts everyone. Like they lost Waller, but they add Myers and
Jimmy G.
Jimmy
G's
throwing the ball, so that's just atrocious.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like the Mike Evans one you had on there.
Yeah. No, I think Mike Evans is. I'm curious to see with Mike Evans, like...
I thought you had him because Baker went there. Is that why you're saying that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Baker's not going to be able to throw a ball down
that's
the
what
field.
I'm saying. Yeah, agreed.
I think it helps Godwin a little bit. It's good for Godwin.
I agree, because you just look at like Cleveland when Baker was there. Like Jarvis you could play Jarvis, but you weren't really playing OBJ. And then I still don't...
I think you're hardly playing anyone, though.
Yeah.
And we think Baker's going to be the starting guy, right?
We will
it's
see.
It's kind of weird.
They're going to know. I mean, yeah, I would imagine, but you never know. I think they'll give Trask every opportunity.
But even if it isn't Baker, is Trask that big of an upgrade either? You're hoping if you Mike Evans guy that those guys are just chucking the ball up to him as much as they can, right?
Yeah.
So,
why DJ Shark, Trent?
Panthers, right? Went to the Panthers. You think that's an upgrade for them? Maybe they have less wide receivers there. I just don't.
There's no DJ Moore, so there'll be an opportunity to play. I guess it all just depends on who their quarterback is.
Yeah, the quarterback plays what it is. It could be a really good move. Honestly, I have him on there. I was kind of hoping DJ Shark would go to like the Chiefs or maybe like the Bills or something would have been an interesting spot for him. I just don't love the landing spot for DJ Shark there.
Yeah, he went from one bad team to another bad team, right? Like, who's probably worse at offense?
Mm-hmm. I was hearing about some sports books. Lions are the favorites to win the NFC North. Have you seen that, Jordan? Have you heard about that?
Let me see if I can.
I have not seen that. That's kind of crazy. I mean, Minnesota is not. Minnesota was like, weren't they like 11-2 or something like that?
Yeah, they had a solid season, but no, it's just looking at the whole sports book. Like, I want to know the last time the Lions were picked.
With NFC North.
Yeah,
I got
the
Lions.
I'm agreeing with you, Trent. I'm saying it's just crazy.
Lions plus 140, Vikings 3-1, Bears about 3-1, Packers. So it's like Lions plus 140, Vikings plus 300, Bears 325.
When was the last time the Packers weren't
375.
favored in that division?
Probably as long as Aaron Rodgers has been there, at least.
Well, maybe at Favre before.
Maybe Aaron Rodgers' first year.
But I think probably that period in between, yeah.
Aaron Rodgers' first year as What year do we know Aaron Rodgers rookie? Not rookie year, but his first year he actually
It was
played?
like 2010 or
I
2011.
think that
Let's
sounds
see
right.
if I can.
I just remember watching Tony Romo play against the Packers, and Favre got hurt, and Rodgers came in and played pretty well. I think he was a rookie that year. But that was when I was in high school. I had some buddies.
2008 was his first year. 2008 NFC North.
So you're
They were 6-10, so I don't think they were.
So actually, that was his first year that he played. It looks like Green Bay Packers in the first round, 24th overall of the 2005 NFL draft. So it might have been that 2005, 2006 season.
No, 2008 was his first year as a starter.
yeah.
Yes, I was saying.
And
Like,
I'm saying I bet that was the first year they weren't favored in that transition year.
Okay, gotcha,
Kind of like
gotcha.
this year with Love. Like they're not. And the Vikings and the Bears were good that year. Who was on the Vikings that year?
Favre. No, Favre went to
No,
the Jets.
it was.
They had Adrian
I
Peterson.
know they had and Jared Allen.
Jared Allen. That's a throwback right
Wow.
now. That's
It
a fun
is.
one.
They had Gus Farrote was the quarterback,
Yeah, but they also had AP.
and Tarvarius Jackson. Those were the two quarterbacks.
Tavares Jackson, I think, was the starter there.
No, Gus Farrote started 11 games. AP though, yeah, AP
Was Urlacher still in Chicago at the time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Bernard Berrien
Yeah.
was there.
Double B.
Bernard Berrien, man, almost 1,000 yards that season.
Yeah.
Bobby Wade. There's a blast from the past right here.
Yeah, it is.
The Bears were the Bears were also good that year. I don't know who's on the Bears team.
All I can think of is Urlacher.
Well, here's the deal: is was Jay Cutler on that team?
No, I don't think he was.
What was the other guy they had? Who was that?
We actually just talked about a
Yeah,
Bears QB.
it was
Who
Rex.
that?
Rex Kyle Orton. Kyle Orton played 15 games for them that year. Matt Forte. That was
how did we
Matt.
get
That
here?
was the Matt.
Maybe quarterbacks aren't that bad now.
That
Maybe
was
we've
the
been
Matt.
wrong.
That was the Matt Forte.
Yeah, maybe we're too picky with
Okay,
quarterbacks.
but guys, that was the Matt Forte year where he had 63 catches for 477 yards. He had 1,200 rushing yards and 8 touchdowns. Mm-hmm. And that was who was their wide receivers?
Brandon Marshall probably.
No, like Greg Olson at tight end, Rasheed Davis, Devin Hester, Jason.
Devin Hester.
Oh, Hester.
Marty Booker. This was bad, man. Wow.
And they were a good
Brandon
team.
Lloyd.
And they had a good team.
Yeah.
Wow.
Brandon Lloyd was pretty good for a while in the NFL, but I got Darren Waller on this list. Jordan, maybe the Giants are a loser for this too, because you just have a guy he's been out 16 games in the last 2
And
years.
I don't think he wants to be there either.
Yeah, I don't know. He said that was his dad's favorite team growing up, so maybe he has a little bit that he likes the
Some
Giants.
excitement?
Maybe. So,
He has a mediocre attitude towards football, though, is what I think Seth's saying.
well, New York might be better for his rap career. Right?
I have not heard
I
any
mean,
of
I
this
don't know
rap
that.
stuff.
Honestly, I don't know if Vegas and New York are really that much different for.
They're pretty different.
I'm not saying maybe for the rap scene though. Like it's not like
Oh, yeah,
there's
I
not
see
like
what
there's
you're saying.
different. I mean there are different opportunities, but you think he'd want to be still in Vegas because that's where his wife is still.
Yeah.
I know we talked about that already, but
Are you being serious about the rap career?
I am being serious. Don't all the rappers come from New York? Or am I wrong?
No,
Is it
no,
more
no.
LA?
I didn't know he was serious about being a rapper.
His Instagram, he's always posting rap videos.
And he's in them, or he's
in
rapping?
them. He's rapping. So if you go this whole off season, this whole NFL season, he was like rapping.
In the booth is what they say.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm not a rapper.
Yeah.
In the studio.
In the studio, yeah.
You're a podcaster. You're in the studio quite a bit.
I'm in the studio, in the lab, as Seth likes to call it.
I'm sure Darren Waller's in the lab all the time
He's in
too.
the lab, yeah. Except I'm not getting a fat contract to play in the NFL while I'm in the lab.
it's true.
It's true.
That we know of so
That
far.
we know.
Maybe you might be a ball boy signing to the San Francisco 49ers.
So did you see that? Some of us would not.
You're a
fit-
fan of the Niners.
Speaking of ball boys, did you guys see that the MLB is cracking down on ball boys? They have to pass a speed test.
You're kidding
Really?
me.
They have to pass. They have.
There goes that dream of yours, Phil. No way you can run 90 feet in 8 seconds.
So it's the MLB trying to speed everything up, right?
No
Like,
one's laughing at how good of a
Oh,
burn that is.
Oh, that's a zing.
It actually makes sense.
So the pitch clock, they're trying to speed everything up. So they said
yeah.
if ball boys aren't meeting certain standards of like speed and like quickness,
Yeah.
they'll get replaced.
That's jacked up.
They're
That ball,
evaluating ball boys.
no, that ball boy's working
Basically-
harder than anyone in that whole game.
basically, they're trying to make them. They're basically they want to make them like trying their job more. If that makes sense.
No, but here's
No,
the
it's
deal.
just for the speed of the game.
Yeah,
I think.
it's- they don't
No,
wanna slow 'em down.
but also, it's like because the speed of the game's speeding up, they need them
No,
to be
no,
faster.
but minus,
so they have to do their job.
I'm being
faster.
serious though. Minus the pitcher, the ball boys are hustling more than anyone out there.
Yeah, they hustle.
That's
all the time
that's
anyways.
nonstop running, Phil. And now they're on a timer. Like, what's
It's
the
true.
timer?
It is nonstop running because think like the average life of a baseball is like a couple pitches.
So
Oh, wait, I'm thinking Bat Boy. Are the Bat Boys getting time too?
That's what we're talking about.
Well, he
Ball
said
boys
ball
and
boy.
bat boys are the same. It's
That's
the
what I
same
thought.
job.
So the
Same
majority
job.
of ball boy salaries currently range between 26,000, 25th percentile, to 45,000, 75th percentile, with the top earners, 90th percentile, making 63,000 annually across the United States.
Would you quit your job right now to do that, Phil?
to just be a bat
can-
boy?
Yeah.
No, but think of all the podcasts.
I mean, it's kind of
Think
like
of all
being a
the
teacher.
podcasts.
You would have like the off season off, right? Like you would probably have,
You gotta stay in shape.
and it would
though.
keep me in shape. It would keep me in shape. Probably get free food.
Whoa, hold on.
Meet all
here.
the players.
You know what might be cool here though? Is
Think
when
of all the
team,
guests.
When the team travels, it's the other team's park that's taking care of everything. So you might I don't know if you necessarily travel with the team.
That's true.
So you might only have to work home games.
And who knows? Maybe I'm catching fly balls, and they're like, we need a guy in the outfield.
You're
Let's get 'em
You're
in.
friends with some. You're friends with some. You're friends with big ball players too.
Yeah.
It's too bad we don't have a major league team in our backyard because Phil would 100% go try out for
We
that.
have a double A. We have a double A team. I might go try
We
out
should have
for.
baseball. Yeah, we should have Seth.
You know, it'd be funnier if Phil was actually a ball boy for tennis matches. You see him run across the
No,
net.
those guys run fast.
Those guys work hard.
They're probably going to be recruiting those dudes. Those
Yeah,
are the
they
guys
are,
that are
probably.
they're going to be sniping those guys from the tennis. Those guys sprint across
yeah.
the thing to get these to get the balls.
We should have Seth hit us some fly balls and see who's the best.
Oh
Videotape
no,
it?
I'm
Not with
I'm
his
not
bum
good.
knee.
This would be kind of fun though.
It would be fun.
You know, I really think all of you guys would be really bad.
no. So here's a funny
Seth,
story.
I just told you I have a little league championship. How
Yeah.
dare you say that?
Yeah, you rode the bench.
What'd you
but-
say? 2001, Trent? Wow, that is a long time ago.
Trent, if
How
he-
many little league championships do you have?
Like at least 2.
I have one.
I have one also.
And I have one from 6th grade. That's even more important than your first grade little league.
Oh yeah, I
champs.
also won in the junior high one too. Undefeated.
Like your junior high team.
Undefeated.
Yeah, we had our junior high teams had some squads. Anyhow, I caught. I'm not going to say I was an amazing catcher. I definitely wasn't. Had a couple of games where I played decently well in my life, but we were trying out for Babe Ruth, and I had been catching like the last 2 years, and so I hadn't caught a fly ball in who knows how long, and so someone hits a ball and it's short, and so I'm like running, but I'm running flat-footed, not on my toes like I probably should have.
That's how you run.
And
Talking about how you run, Phil,
yes.
not how you're supposed to run.
even though I'm decently quick. Anyhow, I lose the ball in the I just completely lose it. Take one straight off the forehead. Basically Jose Canseco status. Like it just I had to go to the hospital right after tryouts to see if I cracked my skull.
That honestly explains a lot of your whole thinking patterns. Honestly, like
It
answered
was-
a lot of questions.
I just fell to
I
the
love how
ground.
the ball was short and like
Yeah,
you just didn't like you'd think that like something would transfer over. Like, yeah, you haven't caught a fly ball in a while, but it's still like put the glove where the ball is.
No, I lost it. It wasn't like
Oh, you lost it
It
and
wasn't.
then-
Yeah, so it was like
Okay.
it was short and I lost it. So I'm like just
So
running.
you're
up.
just running into it. At
Yeah,
that point.
Anyways,
that's the problem.
yeah,
Do you get what I'm saying?
Usually when you lose it, you kind of stop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You,
don't
are
keep-
you are killing me, Smalls.
Here's the thing though. Like
I'd actually pay to see that happen.
yeah. I'm like when other people are running away from the problems, I'm running at them to fix them, and that's basically that.
You're
scenario.
basically like a fireman.
It's like when Phil stopped the traffic in the road. He actually almost got hit by a car. But
The last thing they heard Phil saying was, "Please catch it. Please catch it. Please catch it."
he's actually muttering on the ground when they thought he died.
Oh,
Did I catch it?
the ball, my dad, the ball rolled back into the infield. That's how short it was and how hard it hit my forehead.
Wow, that's pretty crazy.
No,
This should all be saved for our baseball hat draft. I don't know why you're telling it right
but
now.
I'll just finish this story here. So then we were playing in junior high. We had our last game, and our coach, I had a huge knot on my forehead, so he didn't let me. I just caught, and he had someone DH for me. It was terrible.
It was such an interesting story, Phil.
Yeah. I'm so
It's-
sorry
it's-
about
I'm
your-
surprised he actually didn't make you the DH because you're less likely to get hit in the head than catching.
Yeah,
you're more
but-
likely to get hit in the head when you're catching.
It's true, but
Some backwards thinking. Anyways,
I wasn't the one making the decision. So
All right.
coach didn't know what he was doing.
Dalton Schultz, I think this is like the poster child for free agent for off-season losers. He got offered more money for the Cowboys, didn't take it, went and signed with the Texans.
That
right?
doesn't wait.
Like,
Explain
why?
that to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get that.
I don't know if the offer was gone or how it worked out.
Was
but I
it
heard
more-
that
was it-
Dallas. I think it's a shorter thing where he can kind of.
Guaranteed money though? Is that
I think it was
maybe?
more guaranteed money. Is what
Okay.
it was.
And maybe he doesn't think he meets the qualifications with the Cowboys one to make the maximum amount of money.
I'm guessing with Dalton Schultz at Houston, he's still. Maybe if they have a rookie quarterback, he's thinking he might get more receptions potentially. But I don't think he's going to get more touchdowns than what he got in Dallas.
no.
No, absolutely not. But I maybe it's probably just the money play then. I don't think the stats play is the correct thinking, but
Yeah, I'm not too sure why. And
This,
the tight end position's just gotten even more muddied, I feel like, this offseason with Jonnu going to Atlanta. Not that Jonnu was doing anything in New England. I'd like Jonnu to go to a team that doesn't have a tight end, not go to a place that already has two. But
well, and the Raiders don't have a tight end either because Moreau got diagnosed with cancer. That's pretty
yeah,
sad.
that is pretty sad.
But they don't have a tight end right now, do they?
I don't know what their
they have
tight end
whatever
is.
the third guy was.
But Morrow was going to be a free agent, and I think they were.
Well, he
gonna
was
s-
in. Was he going to the Saints? Where he was?
I'm not. Maybe
he
was.
He was getting. They were doing all of the physical education, the physical requirements, and then he got caught. That's really sad.
Yeah, just
But yeah, I don't know who they have. So the Raiders are probably in the tight end market, right?
yeah.
But I don't know who's
Austin
on the
Hooper
market.
to the Raiders
Oh,
okay.
when did that happen, Jordan?
2 days ago.
All right, well, that's embarrassing.
News. It's Austin Hooper though. So what is it?
Yeah, I mean,
So they're still in the tight end market.
Yep.
Is basically what we're saying.
yep.
We already talked about Devontae Adams. Jordan, you got any other off-season losers you can kind of think of off the top of your head?
Not off the top of my head, nothing comes to mind right away.
Do you think anyone who signs Zeke is going to fall into the offseason losers? Not throwing shade at Zeke, but if he goes to the Bills as an example, and we're just kind of
The Bills weren't. He had his 3 teams. Who
Yeah,
had 3
sorry.
teams?
Eagles was one.
I don't even know if
Chiefs?
those were the.
No,
I don't know if those were teams that were talking to him or his 3 teams or 3 teams that actually.
I thought
talked to
from what I saw is that's the teams he's targeting.
Okay.
The Eagles is one of them.
Yeah,
I
I
thought
can't-
the Bills was one of them too.
I did.
No,
so it's
it's,
the Bengals, the Jets, or the Eagles.
okay.
Yeah.
It's
The Bengals would be the. Oh, but I see 2 days ago, Ezekiel Elliott is striking out on his wish list.
Okay.
Well, I mean, the other thing about the Bengals is
He's going to go somewhere for cheap and just be a goal line back, like what we've been talking about. He's going to be that guy he's going to be a vulture for a dirt cheap vulture is what I think is going to happen.
and Bengals. Why doesn't Bengals make sense? Isn't Mixon potentially in some trouble? Or was that? Did I read that incorrectly?
I think that's done. I don't think they're pressing charges, but that they say the correlation there was maybe because Burrow went to Ohio State and he's one of the best Ohio State quarterbacks as of recently.
And did they get rid of
He's
Piron?
not an Ohio State quarterback.
Yes, we know that. Did they get rid of Piron?
Well, I mean, he
Piron's
was,
at Denver.
but he's not.
Oh, Piron went to Denver.
Which I think could be a sneaky play there.
Yeah, so then it
I
does
didn't
make
see
sense
that.
for him.
He ran to Denver.
Nor did I. So that's actually pretty sweet for.
Yeah.
That makes more sense to have Zeke there. No,
Do you guys know that Ezekiel Elliott and Joe Burrow were teammates at Ohio State?
that's crazy.
Did I just? Well, I kind of.
No, you didn't say
You
that.
didn't say it exactly.
I didn't. he must have been pretty young, right?
He was a
Yeah, it must
freshman.
have been Joe Burrow's freshman year and Ezekiel Elliott's last year.
That's crazy.
Miles Sanders, is that a guy you'd throw as a? Well, that seemed like a weird signing to me.
I think it's good
honestly.
for Miles Sanders, to be honest. Like,
I just don't know if he's that much of an upgrade from what they had. Like, he's better than Deonta Foreman, but I don't know if he's an injured guy who gets injured a lot too. Like, he's getting good money.
Is this the only year he hasn't got injured in a while?
I think this was by far his best year. He only has 1,000-yard season, right? I don't know what he had.
Yeah.
This was by far his best season. It'll be interesting to see what the Panthers do with what they got and all that stuff. But I don't know. That's all that's really coming to mind that's sticking out to me right now, guys, for free agent losers. Yeah, unless you guys want to talk about, like, what about Ekeler? Like, I'm not saying that's a
he's
loser.
shopping for a trade, right?
Yeah. Like he said, he's not getting paid
For his value.
for his value. They should try to trade him for like an elite receiver. Like I was thinking, like maybe if they could trade him, like I don't know. I was thinking Diggs, but it's not like the Bills really need more running backs. The Bills have tons of running backs. Like I don't
No
know.
one's trading Diggs for Austin Eckler.
Eckler's pretty good, man. No, but I'm just if Diggs doesn't want to be there with the stuff they're saying, like you got to trade. You got to try to get something for him. Like
You're
what are you
just
gonna
thinking
get?
of potential landing spots.
That's what I'm thinking. But like,
Jordan's like, why would you ever think of that possibly happening?
I don't think. Why would anyone trade?
No, we're just
Diggs?
we're talking about potential options. It
Well,
doesn't have to be
we
those
don't
guys
live in a-
specifically.
Okay, and I would love to play in the NFL one of these days. Doesn't mean it's
Yeah.
gonna have like.
You're more
think
likely to
about-
be a baseball ball boy.
Yes, think about realistic.
might have better
things.
shot in the NFL with these new requirements.
Where do you think, Jordan? Do you have any?
No, I just think that,
I'm throwing a hypothetical out there.
I think the running backs live in fantasy land. They think their value is more than what it is. I
Don't you
that's
think
the
he's
biggest
one of
thing.
them though that could actually?
The guy doesn't play like he plays 60% of snaps, if that. Yeah, he's a touchdown machine, but like his just running back value is not there anymore.
Watch Carolina go after him.
I'm just trying to think of who could go, what you could do. Like,
How about on a good team? Like you're not going to play on a good. No good team is going to pay running backs exorbitant amount.
yeah,
It never works out. When's the last time it worked out?
with a running back, Leonard Fournette probably, but they didn't pay an exuberant amount.
No, the Jaguars cut the guy, and it never works out to pay a running back a ton of money.
I don't know what's going to happen with like.
How much money did San Francisco take on from
Marshawn
the trade
Lynch.
for McCaffrey? How much money did
probably
they
the last
take on
one.
for that?
But I don't
That's
know
a good one, right?
but
Did
not
San
a lot of
Francisco
money,
take
though.
That
on
wasn't
quite a bit of
crazy
money
amount.
for McCaffrey when they got the
yeah,
trade for him.
yeah, it's a good amount of money.
So
I
that
also said
so that's
Marshawn
maybe
Lynch.
the only one, but McCaffrey also has insane value.
Yeah,
Like what
Yes.
you're paying for him is the results you wanted last year.
yeah, he's probably the only one.
But also, I think it was the right team. Like it fit.
No, yeah,
like
for sure.
Austin
Even
Eckler. Like I just don't know. Like sure, yeah, the Bills maybe, but the Bills are never going to pay Austin Eckler what he wants.
No,
Yeah, I was thinking like Cortland Sutton's kind of getting mentioned a lot. They need to get Herbert a wide receiver. Like a good like Keenan Allen's not a spring chicken. Mike Williams is always hurt. Like get that guy a real like field burner that can go down the field and do something. Like
I mean, Cortland Sutton's always hurt too. So
yeah, it's true.
Hopkins to
Yeah, Hopkins maybe
to-
Hopkins for Eckler maybe.
Hopkins.
I saw Hopkins rumored to the Raiders.
Oh, you saw
Really?
that? I feel like the Chiefs are going to go all in on Hopkins. That's what I think they should
that'd
do.
be great.
He did tweet. Didn't he tweet out a Buffalo Soldier thing? People were thinking
Yeah,
he
he
might go
did
to
tweet,
Buffalo.
yeah, tweet out a Buffalo Soldier.
Yeah, Hopkins will be interesting to see where he ends up.
Yeah.
That would be crazy if he was in Las Vegas.
Kansas City would be nuts though with
Well,
Hopkins.
I'm
That'd be
surprised. Like
great.
I'm
I would
surprised
love
the
that.
Chiefs don't just trade a lot for him. Like you got this Mahomes window. Like let's just keep. You know what I mean? Like keep going for it. Like,
Yeah, add wood to the fire, man.
like the Bills should try to trade a bunch for him. Like I think Hopkins is. You think he's got another 2 years in him? 3 years? Like
yeah,
I think you should.
and a
throw-
guy like Mahomes probably extends that or makes that easier.
So I think you should throw the whole kitchen sink at him and go after Hopkins. I think he's it's not like you have a Hopkins in every draft. Like he's top 5 wide receiver, top 3 every year when healthy. Like I think you go after it.
For sure.
I don't know. I think we're going to still have some trades coming up here and all that stuff. But you guys ready to get into divas here? Jordan says he has a good diva. Before we get into divas, though, unless there's any other NFL talk, you guys want to,
I'm trying to. No, I can't think of anything, honestly.
been a slow week here. But our divas are brought to you by Manscaped. And Manscaped, the modern man is the man who takes care of himself. Manscaped isn't just for life's special occasions. It's a requirement. For optimal health, superior hygiene, and healthy self-esteem, you now have the right tools for a safe and precise grooming in the hard-to-navigate sensitive areas, plus post-trimming products to help keep your dudes dry and fresh all day long. Manscaped, go to manscaped.com, enter promo code DUDES20 off and get 20% off your whole entire order. And guys, these Manscaped boxers are really nice. I think you need to go check those out. Like, Manscaped is the leaders in men's grooming. They just came out with those Boxers 2.0, and those things are really comfortable. They designed them with a simple mission to make the most comfortable boxers a man could buy. It starts with the pouch, dedicated space that just cradles you nicely. Their performance package, their performance fabric for extra breathability, cut from micro model with, hey, these things are nice. Phil, they sent us a package. Manscaped sent us some new stuff.
And I didn't get one because Trent didn't check to see if I had a tracking number.
I'm wearing mine right now.
You didn't get one?
Everyone on this pod, including someone who's not on this pod, got one. I did not.
The fantasy football dad who does dad moves for us.
So I didn't get a package.
Got Phil's package?
No, he got a package
because he writes for us.
Yeah.
And I didn't get anything. And Trent's like, you should go take Jordan's because your parents live close to me, and I'm assuming yours don't there. And I'm like, the risk is not worth the reward.
I actually grabbed it right when it got there.
I
happened to be there when it
He's
got
growing
delivered.
up. Let's clap it up for that.
How am I growing up?
Because you usually don't get your packages for like 4 days.
No, I never opened them. I haven't opened the box yet.
Never mind. Take that back.
So
I'm being
anyhow-
cradled right now.
So Seth, how do you like the new boxers?
They're really nice. I'm
They're
wearing
really
them right
nice.
now.
No,
I'm wearing the gold trim
No.
top ones right now. Real
They're
nice.
great.
I'm
They're
trying to figure out
great.
why I got
Phil,
those.
you
I don't
haven't
know
gotten the
about
new
those
ones.
yet.
Phil hasn't even
If
got the
I
new ones.
do,
Phil, so you just haven't got it yet.
No.
we don't know if I'm getting it because
I
this
don't
guy.
no
think he's
tracking
getting
number.
it because all of us. I got everybody's tracking number. Okay, and we didn't get a tracking number for Phil. I realized,
And he's the one who wanted them the most.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm the one. I actually am the person who asked for them.
I'll sell you mine.
No.
So, anyways, go to Manscaped.
Remember when you asked about punching yourself in the face? Please feel free to do that now.
Anyways, go to manscaped.com. Check out the Boxers 2.0 Premium Ultra Soft Boxer Briefs and get 20% off on those. The 3-pack is really nice. It is worth it. Seth is wearing them right now. If you want to see him modeling those, go ahead and check us out on YouTube at TFF.
Or just go to tonight's draft.
Go to tonight's draft. Anyways, so let's get into our divas of the week. Guys, Jordan, you want to hold off on yours? You said you had a good one to
I'll hold off.
All right, I'm going to go with mine here. I'm going to go with sports blackouts. That is my diva of the week.
good one.
When you live on the West Coast and they're like, hey, sorry. You see your team's on Tuesday night, you want to watch a game, and it's like, this game is blacked out in your area due to whatever, because you're too close. It's like, hey, I want to watch the Vegas Golden Knights play hockey. I live 5 to 6 hours away. I am not going to go drive there a couple nights a week to go watch them play. The blackout area should be like a 2-hour radius,
I think that's
not a 6-hour radius.
What were you blacked out on?
I can't watch the Vegas Golden Knights at home when they're at home because I live too close to them.
Wow, that's actually a pretty far.
That's a
range
far
on the
distance,
blackout.
right?
It might
Is
be
it because
bigger.
it's supposed to be pulled up on the local.
Is it bigger for hockey?
Maybe it's bigger for hockey, but I'm like, I can watch the San Jose Sharks. I don't know why.
That's maybe
Maybe
an
because
hour
you're
and
in
a
the
half
maybe
difference.
because you're in the San Jose Sharks realm.
Maybe that's
Maybe
why.
it takes over priority because
Yeah,
you're in their
maybe.
realm.
Well,
and
on
not-
what? Like a black on what?
on YouTube TV when I go
it's
to watch
because the
them.
Kings and the Sharks are the ones that you get. The Kings
Maybe
and the
so.
Sharks.
Maybe
No,
so.
that's the opposite of what blackout means. It
I'm just saying
No,
sports blackouts are
but
my...
blackouts mean that when you're in their area, you can't watch them because you have to have like the local. So like
Yeah, that's what I just said.
If
the
it's on-
Kings and the Sharks.
no, but like if it's on national TV on like say it's like so like this happens a lot on like NBA TV for me. If the Warriors game is on NBA TV, I can't watch it because it's blacked out there because I have to watch it on the local channel.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what blackout means.
But you're watching it on a local channel, right?
I can't watch it. Period. I don't have a way to watch it.
Yeah, but
What do you mean black? You says it's blacked out though.
It says it's blacked out.
But yes, we
watch
can
it.
Like,
watch
on what
the-
channel are you trying to watch it on?
Usually, I just go to the ESPN app and try to watch it.
Like ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's blacked out.
yeah.
So yeah, that means that you are in the Vegas Knights regional area, and so because they're probably LA, huh?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's
so
like
we get Kings.
You get that on a regular channel. You're
okay.
in
So
that,
I need to go find
or
it.
you may
somewhere.
not. It may not be in your YouTube.
Yeah,
package.
I haven't found it in
Yeah.
there. So the blackout, and honestly,
Regardless, it's dumb anyway.
Jaguar.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's not like I live an hour away. You know what I mean? Like I understand.
It's in
like
a different state.
yeah, like I understand if you live like close, whatever, it's still a jerk move. But like the Jaguars have blacked out games in the past, right? If they don't have enough fans there.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
So like if there's not enough fans in attendance, they'll black out the game. So I'm saying regional blackouts that I can't stand it. You know what I mean? Like I just want to
No,
watch.
it's a good one. I think
Yeah.
it's great. I think I 100% agree.
I don't
with you.
think we can watch Dodger games, Seth, right?
No, that's because of their deal with Comcast.
With Spectrum
Oh,
or
Spectrum.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's because they have a deal. I think it's because they
No,
have a
they're
deal.
only on Spectrum, and almost Spectrum has like Spectrum's on almost zero networks. Except
Yeah, that's
its
what I'm
own,
saying. Yeah.
Phil, what do you?
That is why I get around it.
alrighty.
I can watch the Dodger games.
Do you have Spectrum?
No, I can watch them on MLB.TV.
Oh, okay.
Do you have to pay for that?
Yeah.
What do you have, Phil? You got something here?
I actually didn't. I didn't have anything. One thing that so I went and put. I've never had this happen to me before. I went and put gas. So we're getting ready. Like we're taking one car to the hospital just because it's like because our daughters have their car seats in the other car. So we're taking a different car. So I went to go fuel up that car because I usually I don't drive it a lot. It's not. It used to be my commuter car. Anyhow, I go to the gas station and this thing is just going super slow. Have you ever had that happen?
Your car?
No, the pump. And it was just
I don't know.
it was going like 1, 2, taking forever, right? And so then I go inside. I'm like, hey man, I closed out or whatever. I'm like, hey man, the pump out there, I think it's broken. He's like, no, it's not broken. And I'm like, okay. So I go out. He goes out there. He's like, what you got to do is double tap the thing, and then it'll fuel up totally fine. So this gas station attendant walks out to my car with me, double taps it, and he's like, hold it. I'm like, Lord forbid one of my friends drives by
I would have loved to have
and
seen you
sees this
getting your
gas
car
station
pumped.
attendant showing me how to so then he goes,
The guys, you have to pull it out of the thing.
no,
and put it in your
no,
car.
no. He goes, everyone knows this. You double tap it to get get it to fuel. Do you know this, Seth?
No, because I just never had that problem. But I think I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. So if you're, let's say you go to maybe he was just lying to me. There's a little bit of a language barrier there also. So I didn't understand everything, but he literally goes, no, what you're doing is you're doing it wrong.
Wait, but I don't understand why it was going slow.
That's the thing. He says that when you double tap it, and this guy could just be pulling my leg.
Double
right?
clutch it.
Yeah, double clutch
the
it.
trigger.
It does something where then the thing fuels up way quicker. And no joke, I put it in the gas thing and it was going super slow. Close out, he comes back out. I do everything again. He double taps it and then he puts it in the thing and then it just goes totally normal.
I think what happened is maybe the hose got filled with too much of the vapor, and it was slowly trickling in the liquid. And I think by double tapping it, you prime the hose.
Yeah, maybe
That's probably
it was kinked.
There was something going on there. But then this guy is just out.
I would think as it usually doesn't happen very much. My guess is somebody maybe have filled up a tank that was not in a car, and what happened is that the vapor went back into the hose.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Oh,
so.
they were filling up their thing for
Like a gas can.
Yeah, like a lawnmower.
So-
Yeah,
and-
which will be outlawed in a couple months here.
I technically you're not supposed to do that at gas stations.
Fill up for
there's
your
some-
lawnmower?
Well, I'm it's not
Where do you do it?
You're supposed to do it in a certain area. You can't do it in an area. If that makes sense. There's you have to do it a certain way.
I hear you. So yeah, I just had
You
never had
can't-
this happen
yeah.
before, and the guy was acting like this is just a common everyday thing. I'm like, my guy, this is the first I've been driving for darn near half my life at this point, and it has absolutely never happened to me. And he's just like, oh yeah, it's not a big deal, happens everywhere. And like, then he just like gets in his car, and I'm like, dude, aren't you supposed to be like manning this thing? And then he like drives around the parking lot, goes back, and then goes and walks in the store. I'm just like, I don't know what's going on here. Anyhow, my car's fueled up now, and I felt like a little bit of a diva, but I'm glad none of you guys have had that happen either. Like, you wouldn't have known what to do. You probably would have just said the pump's broken, right?
I have diesel.
Okay.
What is that? I don't,
Probably close
wait, do you not
principle,
use
but-
a pump for diesel?
No, I've never had that problem happen. Hopefully not. Yeah.
I mean,
my-
neither have I.
In
but-
my 32 years of life, I've never.
You know, I
experienced
think
that.
I've had that problem happen to me, but I just went and talked. I never went and talked to someone about it.
He
Maybe what I
just-
probably
he just-
did is I
yeah.
just like kept doing it, or I like put it back or slammed it, and
He probably he was probably playing Candy Crush for an hour and a half waiting for his car to fill up, and then he figured
He's like, there's only $5 in this thing.
I
I
don't
need to
know.
buy a paintbrush.
I just didn't go ask for help. I just figured it out.
All right, Seth, you got a diva?
I don't have one.
Okay.
All right. I think this is a pretty good one. My diva is people who stand other people up on a date.
That's a good one. That's a really good one.
So yeah, for sure.
I think that is very diva-ish.
They're totally diva. But
like, why are
is
you
this-
making plans? Why are you say yes? Let's go. Let's
Is
go
this
out.
from experience?
Might be from personal experience this week.
Which
Is
side were
this
you
someone
on?
who's wrote an email to the pod?
No,
Oh, that would be pretty legendary.
No, I
Which side of this were you on?
no,
on the not fun side.
Okay.
that really
No,
stinks.
yeah, I think that people who it's like, why are you making plans? Hey, yeah, let's go out, and then it's like you. And I think people who like cancel last minute, it's almost the same way, you know, because it's basically the same exact thing, right?
Yeah.
No, it
So
is.
it's
a
like
last
it's
minute
more
late
of like it's
excuse.
a polite way of doing it.
Well,
but like
let me just ask this: was it that, or was it like no contact whatsoever? Now,
I feel like there's a place where like if they give you a good excuse, like I can understand, but if it's just straight up ghost, like
straight, like yeah, like it's just
So
straight
you,
up
showed,
ghost.
you showed up at the place, nothing. I'm sorry.
nothing.
A
straight up
potential-
ghost.
Straight up ghost.
yeah,
Dude,
that's
no
not
nothing
cool.
since then.
Nothing since then.
Wow.
Isn't that diva?
Have you tried or no?
I sent a message. I was
Saying like
mad.
saying what the heck?
Yeah.
You're just like, hey, I'm here at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, just nothing. Isn't that crazy? Like
That's
I
dirty.
think diva. Like why? Like just be like, hey, you know what? Not interested. It's like fine. you
Yeah,
know?
just say the truth. Honestly,
Yeah.
just say the truth
Yeah.
and
Don't
save,
set up the plan.
Yeah, that's
save
exactly.
everyone else's feelings. Don't waste your time.
Don't waste time.
Don't waste other people's time.
Maybe it was an emergency though. Like maybe they're in the hospital. That's the only thing. It's the only reason.
that's the only reason.
Are they? Yeah, and maybe they're not alive
Yeah.
anymore.
I don't know.
That's a solid point, Phil.
Like, did you check? Like hospitals or?
That might be creeperish.
Yeah.
That might be
That might be
creeperish,
too
Phil.
far.
That's
Phil.
what people do when they have missing friends. They're like, hey, I'm going to check hospitals and like police records to make sure they're all right.
Yep, but people who stand other people up.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's
Diva.
true. I think we can
But
all
But
agree
here's,
with that.
Big
here's
diva.
I actually agree with Seth's point though, and this happened. I don't mean to make it to change it around on me. This actually happened to me one time in college. I was in line in a cafeteria, and there was this girl next to me, and I was like, we were talking, and I was like, oh yeah, like a bunch of us should go out together for sushi. And she thought I was asking her out for a date, right? And it was more of like one of those things where it's like, I'm going to commit to this, but I'll absolutely never do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys have all done that.
You were
right?
talking to a group of people.
I was talking to a group of people that I had no intention of going on like a group date with, right? But I was just in the moment, like, yeah, we should totally
you dug,
do that.
Yeah.
You dug a hole and jumped in it.
And then like a couple weeks later, she like sent me a text message. She's like,
What'd you say?
Oh,
she was like, do you still want to go to sushi? And I was like, yeah, I guess.
so
But
and then you
coulda
didn't
easily
go?
got out of that.
What'd you say?
and then you didn't go.
No, I did go. I was just
Oh.
like, I
You
felt,
easily could have got out of that and been like,
yeah, but I felt obligated. I'd already committed initially.
And was it
see-
just that one person, or did a lot of people go?
No, it was just me and her. That was the part that I was like, and then I had to buy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Phil, why'd you dig the hole deeper?
dude, it was.
You very easily could have been like, "Oh, a separate tag."
Phil, you had the reins.
You
had the
You're
reins,
really
Phil.
good at not spending
Phil,
money. I don't know how you
Phil,
did that.
you really easily could have got out of this, but just be like, hey, I got a girlfriend.
Oh, I didn't. That's a lie. That would have been
Or
a
you
lie.
just say, "Hey, I'm not interested."
I'm not interested.
Yeah.
See?
See, all of those. Well, what I'm saying is, I'm probably too nice. I'm probably
Yeah.
a lot nicer than that person. And so when number one, I
Was
should
it
have
actually?
never.
Was it fun though, or did you like dread it the whole time? Did you like?
I was.
Did you have fun? Because like, how do you have fun when you didn't want to go?
I think I was just like, I was pleasantly surprised that I had some fun on the date. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I went into it thinking like, oh, this is going to be terrible. Not terrible, but I was just like,
Not something you wanted to do.
not something I wanted to do. And then I was like, oh, it's not the end of the world. And anyhow, so I get that. And then I just never commit to things like that. I don't know why.
Never commit.
Yeah.
Well, at least you showed up, Phil.
yeah.
Showed up.
Can't be the same for
That's
what
true.
Jordan's diva.
Well,
was
here's
about.
the deal. Like, there was one time where like me and Jordan had started this pod and we were doing it, and Phil's like, "Hey man, I really like the pod. Like, you think I could maybe come on there sometime?" And I didn't know how to like say no, and it was like,
You're like,
he's still here.
yes.
He just unfortunately keeps showing up. But you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Like
I know what you're
sometimes,
talking about.
like when you commit to something that you never really would have wanted to do, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's actually a really good one, Jordan, because it's like, it's not 1985. Like, you can just
It's
text
easy to just
somebody
be
a
like,
text, and be like, hey, it's not gonna work. tonight.
Like, you even lie. Like, make up a lie, like, make up a lie.
Be
like,
cordial.
Yeah. Just be like, hey,
But, I
you know
mean,
what?
But even
can't
if
make it.
yeah.
And especially if there was communication all the way up until that
Exactly.
point, that probably would be even
when
more
was the
frustrating.
last point that you had? When was the last message you had received before?
Like at noon that day.
Yeah, that's weird.
And it was like, we're meeting at this place at
Yep.
this time.
Diva.
Did you still order food where you were at?
Oh, no, I left.
Ooh, you're mad.
I was mad.
I would have gotten food.
Actually, I never sat down. Like, I never
you're
sat
waiting.
down.
Maybe
Yeah,
they were
yeah,
running
yeah,
late.
yeah.
Okay, if you never sat down, that makes sense. And that
Yeah,
might be a
yeah,
little
yeah.
more frustrating, standing and waiting the whole
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Because you're waiting for your other party member before you go
Yep.
sit down. That is
Yep.
annoying.
Yeah.
Wow, that made me even more mad.
Yep. I waited for about 15 minutes and was like, I'm bouncing.
And then Jordan went home.
But is
open
also,
the
is that-
freezer?
I
open
went,
the
no, you know what I
microwave?
did? Nope.
Oh.
I got in and out on the way home.
Oh, there you go. You
But is
won.
15 minutes too short?
I don't think so.
That's what I was wondering.
15 minutes could be too short, in my opinion. Like, I know that
No, but if
there-
he communicated, like, why weren't you there? Or, like, missed you or
I
something.
very
Like, what happened?
regularly am running, 20 to 30 minutes late.
yeah.
But I would send a text.
But if he
like, hey, I'm running
messaged
late.
saying, like, hey,
Yep.
you weren't there or whatever you said, you'd be like, it's kind of obvious that, like, you didn't leave early, though.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? Like, maybe this person got there. We've had some crazy snowstorms. Like, maybe they're stuck up.
maybe
in the
their
mountains.
house got flooded. There's
There's a variety of different
like,
things.
yeah, it
I'm
could be-
trying to think. I don't know who this person is, obviously, but I'm trying to
Well,
think.
if you
the
go on a
best
date
of
with them, they're buying. So
or I'm buying.
All right. Well, hey, I think that kind of does it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. We will have a draft coming out on Wednesday on YouTube. And as always, don't be rude. Share the dudes. Really helps us out. If you've enjoyed this pod, scroll on the bottom. Give us a 5-star rating and review. But yeah, if this pod made you laugh, taught you something, or just, made you mad, go ahead and share us with a friend. Really helps us out. We will see you on Wednesday on YouTube at tffdudes, or you can wait for us to come out and whisper into your ears. And as always, take care.
This has been another episode of the Fantasy Football Dudes podcast. Remember to rate, review, and follow. For more information, go to www.thefantasyfootballdudes.com. And remember, we are sorry for absolutely nothing.